गणादीन् पूर्वमुच्चार्य Not everybody is saying, huh? I can feel that. I can tell who is not chanting also. So if you want me to call out your name, hey, you are not chanting, please raise your hand. Okay, that means I'm going to make you sit here so everybody will see whether you will chant or not. Okay? Right? No? Yeah. This is a class. It's not spiritual entertainment. Okay? Yeah. Just chant. Okay? Just look at the book and just repeat like a parrot. Okay? Gadadin purvamucharya.
Gadadin purvamucharya. Gadadin purvamucharya.
Varnadin stadanantaram.
Varnadin stadanantaram. Varnadin stadanantaram.
Ganadin purvamucharya. Varnadin stadanantaram.
Ganadin purvamucharya. Varnadin stadanantaram.
Anuswarah paratarah.
Anuswarah paratarah. Anuswarah paratarah.
Ardhendulasitam.
Ardhendulasitam. Ardhendulasitam.
Tarena ruddham.
Tarena ruddham. Tarena ruddham.
Ye tattava manoswarupam.
Ye tattava manuswarupam. Ye tattava manuswarupam.
Gakarah purvarupam.
Gakarah purvarupam. Gakarah purvarupam.
Akaro madhyamarupam.
Akaro madhyamarupam. Akaro madhyamarupam.
Anuswarascha antyarupam.
Anuswarascha antyarupam. Anuswarascha antyarupam.
Binduruttararupam.
Binduruttararupam. Binduruttararupam.
Nadasandhanam.
Nadasandhanam. Nadasandhanam.
Sagumhita sandhihi.
Sagumhita sandhihi. Sagumhita sandhihi.
Saisha Ganesha Vidya.
Saisha Ganesha Vidya. Saisha Ganesha Vidya.
Ganaka Rishihi.
Ganaka Rishihi. Ganaka Rishihi.
Nichruggayatri Chandaha.
Nischut Gayatri Chandaha. Nischut Gayatri Chandaha.
Nichruggayatri Chandaha.
Nischut Gayatri Chandaha. Nischut Gayatri Chandaha.
Ganapatir Devata.
Ganapatir Devata. Ganapatir Devata.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
गं गणपतये नमः।
ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः।
Now all this entire paragraph, gents first, or you want the ladies to chant so you can figure out how to better chant. Choice is yours. First or last? He says last. There's your paper. When you go to school, you take your notebooks, textbooks, pen, right? Yes, no? Hello? When you go to school, you take your textbooks, notebooks, maybe you put them in the locker there, but when you go to the class, you take them, right? Right? Yeah. This is also class. And especially for the adults, this is a class. Just like you want your children to be on time for the class, you have to be now models for them. Walk the talk. And if your parents are late for the class, you need to tell them, we cannot be late. Swami is sitting waiting for us. Right? Hello? Yes? Surya? Yes? Yes. Okay, good. All the gents, Ganadin Purvamucharya from there. Ganadin
Purvamucharya Varnadin Sadanantaram Ayusvara Parataraha Ardendurasitam Tarena Rudram Yedapramanusvarupam Gagarapurarupam Akaro Madhyamarupam Anusvarasyadyarupam Induruttararupam Nadasandanam Samhita Sandhihi Saisha Ganesha Vidya Ganaka Rishihi Nishrakayatri Chandraha Ganapatir Devata Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ladies, please. Ganadin
Purvamucharya Varnadin Sadanantaram Anusvara Parataraha.
No, Gauri and Sridevi, let's hear how it comes out. Both of you don't chant. Let us see how many are chanting. Okay. Ganadin
Purvamucharya Varnadin Sadanantaram Anusvara Parataraha Ardendurasitam Tarena Rudram
Let's keep chanting, that's fine. No laugh. Okay, we'll all do this paragraph one more time. Okay. I'll tell the words. Ganadin Purvamucharya Varnadim Stadanantaram. Hello, Sairam. Please sit properly with your legs folded. Yes. And pay attention. Yeah, Sairam. Ganadin Purvamucharya
Ganadin Purvamucharya Ganadin Purvamucharya.
Come here. Sairam. come and sit in the front. Saira. Yeah. No, also that boy, little boy. Yeah. Come. One more boy at the back. No, I'll take care of them. Okay, come, sit in the front. Are you okay? Yeah, okay, good. You just listen and repeat, okay? You want the paper? You want the papers? Okay. Just listen and repeat, okay? Gadadin purvamucharya Vandadin stadalantaram
Ganadin purvamucharya Varnadin sadanantaram Ganadin purvamucharya Varnadin sadanantaram
Anuswarah paratarah
Anuswarah paratarah Anuswarah paratarah
Adhendulasitam
Adhendulasitam Adhendulasitam
Tarena ruddham
Tarena ruddham Tarena ruddham
Yetattava manoswarupam
Etattava manuswarupam Etattava manuswarupam
Gakarah purvarupam
Gakara purvarupam Gakara purvarupam
Akaro madhyamarupam
Akaro madhyamarupam Akaro madhyamarupam
Anuswarascha antyarupam
Anuswaraschatyarupam Anuswaraschatyarupam
Binduruttararupam
Binduruttararupam Binduruttararupam
Nadasandhanam
Nadasandhanam Nadasandhanam
Sagumhita sandhigi
Sagumhita sandhihi Sagumhita sandhihi
You're not chanting. Yes? You're just looking at the paper. You have to chant. It's okay. Doesn't matter if you make mistakes. Doesn't matter. Right? When you go bicycling, you will fall down many times. But would you stop bicycling? No, you don't, because you want to learn how to bike and get the balance, right? Same thing here. It doesn't. You should not feel shy, afraid. Oh my God, I'm going to make mistakes, or people will make fun of me. Nothing like that, right? If you fall down from a cycle, yeah, people will look at you and laugh. But would you stop bicycling? No, you should just keep bicycling until you get now you begin to bicycle. One day you will be bicycling before the people that laughed at you with both your hands like this. Hello, say Saira, just listen to me, no comments, right? Same thing with this. You come to Sai Center, Balvikas will be boring. What are they talking? But one fine day you will get it. And once you get it, you look at them and say, oh my God, what are these people doing? Right? Same thing with this. You cannot give up. Giving up is not the quality of the youth. You should never give up. You will have all kinds of tests. People will make fun of you, laugh at you. It does not matter. You should just keep going until you get it. And you will get it. Okay? But you have to keep working at it. If you feel hungry and you keep saying, Gongur Papu, Gongur Papu, Gongur Papu, Gongur Papu, what happens? Anything happens? No, you'll still be hungry. Right? You have to Hello, if you keep saying Gongura Pappu, will you be happy? Will you get your hunger taken? No, what do you have to do? Eat, exactly. See, that little fellow gets it right away. Once you eat it, you will be happy, right? Same thing here. If you don't repeat it, if you don't say it, you won't get it. You may not get it even in this lifetime. But you cannot give up. Hello? Yes? Yeah. If for anything, you cannot give up because this is good for you stuff. You understand? It's easy to learn things that are appealing to the mind, like video games, goofing off. All of those that give you the temporary pleasure, it's easy to get them. This one you don't even have any idea. Algebra, x plus y is equal to whatever. Do you get it? Why you have to learn all that algebra? Do you get it? Do you understand why you are learning algebra, geometry, trigonometry? Do you know why you are learning all that stuff? Hello? I am asking a very complex question. Yes? No? Yes? What is the purpose of learning x plus y is equal to whatever 2x plus I even forgot that now? Huh? Helps your brain. It expresses the mind. How does it express the mind? Yes? You will use it later on in life. Yeah, exactly. So you have to learn it now so that it will be helpful sometime later in life. But you will learn all the things because if you don't learn, you will fail and you can't go to the next grade. That's why you learn it, right? Yeah, that's why you go to school. It will be very hard. Oh, why am I learning all this stuff? It doesn't make any sense. So let me not learn mathematics. What happens? You will fail. But here, nobody is telling you whether you are passing or failing. That's why we don't want to learn it. Doesn't make any sense. Why am I chanting all these mantras? What's the point? You will not get it now, but a time will come like me. It's way after everything is over, then you will be sitting one down. All of this stuff will be making so much more sense. You'll be wondering, oh my God, how come I didn't learn these things when I was a child? Huh? When I was a little boy, I used to go to our hometown. There's a great saint by name Chandrasekhar Saraswati of Kanchi Mutt. He's called Paramacharya. He is the professor of all the professors. Very simple, highly realized soul. He'll come to our town. There was a Vedic school in our town. And Swamiji will come every summer. He'll be there. He'll be sitting under a pupil tree, a banyan tree. Huge tree. Early in the morning, 5 o'clock, all boys of this age and Surya's age, they will all come with only their, now no big thing, they will have the, what they call the pigtail, right? They will all come, little children, 5 to 8 years age, they will all be seated. They will be chanting. And Swamiji teaches them Vedas. I used to watch that as a little boy and cried because I was there only for 2 months for holidays. I had to go back to my town and I wanted to learn Vedas. No opportunity, nobody taught in India. Not with even explaining meaning. I used to cry. And one day Swamiji watched me crying and he said, come here, why are you crying? I said, I cannot chant all this stuff. All these little people, my age group are chanting. Then he said, a time will come, you will be chanting and others will be listening to you. That's exactly what he told. And it didn't make any sense to me. And he made me sit and made me learn only 4 slokas. Only 4 slokas. And he said, chant this all your life. Rest time will come. You will be learning all the rest of the Vedas. So now I look back and say, that great man's word has come through the greatest of all the greatest gurus, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. So children, don't take this easy. It would not make any sense to you now. But you are all the children that will be Swami's messengers tomorrow. Not all the adults. and you have no idea how much a blessing it is just to know Swami, just to know the incarnation is on this earth. Yeah, you understand? This is the biggest fortune Swami is giving to the entire world. People are asking, nobody is teaching Vedas, even in India now. Even if they teach, they cannot explain what this means. You understand? Hello? So therefore, you should not give this up. You should take this as the biggest opportunity ever bestowed to you. This will not be taught in any schools. And even if they are taught, they will not be taught with what this means to your life. How many of you here know children Helen Keller? Don't raise your hand if you guess, okay? Because if I will ask you to tell the story of Helen Keller. Yes, come here, Brunda. Explain to them story of Helen Keller. Give her the mic. Hello? Yeah. You know the story of Helen Keller, right? Yes? Yes? No? Okay. Can you give her volume? Hello, Sairam. What's the mic? Yeah. Is there a button on it? Okay. Okay. Now speak.
Helen Keller was a blind girl, and there was a teacher that came to teach her how sign language, and she didn't know anything. Her hair was always messy because she was blind, and her parents didn't know how to teach her.
Was she just blind? Blind and deaf. Exactly, yeah. And the teacher?
The teacher taught her signs for water and dog, and her father, they come and she's eating nicely with her hair braided, and she drops a napkin because her parents do everything for her, and the teacher says don't pick it up. She's trying to see if you're going to do everything for her. So, but the father's like, oh nonsense, she must have dropped it, and then she picks it up, and then she starts to go back to normal, oh, I don't need to do this stuff, they'll do everything for me. But at the end, then she remembers.
Give her a hand. How beautifully she explained the whole story. Helen Keller became blind and deaf when she was very, very young. Okay? If you are blind and deaf, what is the world for you?
Nothing.
Nothing, yeah. Exactly. The world is nothing. And you wouldn't know what you are, because people cannot talk to you, you can't listen, you can't see. How do you learn? You cannot even learn anything, right? And you have no idea what's happening around you. But in order for Helen Keller to learn the world, there was a teacher who worked with her, and their parents were upset that she was treating this girl, disciplining her. They were telling the teacher, you cannot do this. Miss Sullivan, her name. And they were telling her, don't discipline her. Don't be hard on her. How can you not love her? Because she was trying to teach her sign language, how to behave. She will make her touch the face, and she will put signs with her hand to say F-A-C-E, face, and she'll make her touch the face, and she'll go touch a tree, T-R-E-E, she will do the signs on her hand. And Helen Keller could not see, Helen Keller could not hear. How could she understand what she is touching? How can she understand what she is feeling? Impossible. Impossible to learn. You understand? And she had no idea what this person was doing. She will give her milk and she will say M-I-L-K, milk. But Helen was wondering, what is she doing? What is she doing? Hello? Imagine this teacher would not give up. She will keep on trying. And the parents would say, it's okay, leave her alone. It's okay. We will take it. No, I'm not going to leave her alone. I'm going to make sure she gets that there is a language associated with everything that she has around the world. And finally, one day, the teacher was so frustrated, she takes her out, and there was a boring pump that you pump to get the water out, and she was pumping. She put her palm underneath it, and she was saying, "Wa, W-A-T." She was putting the sign language on her palm, and finally she got water. And then she understood what she was feeling, and the language connected to it had a meaning to it, and she connected to one word, water. And after that, she learned the entire world by just this language that was being put on her palm. And she became a student and graduated from degree and wrote autobiography. I would encourage all of you to go read that autobiography. Now, how is that relevant to Ganapati Atharva Shirsham? Om Gam. What does that mean? Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam, Om Gam. God is the miracle teacher. He's telling there are these syllables called Om Gam, Om Klim, Om. All the Gayatri mantras, everything we are chanting. We have no idea. What does this mean? What does this? No idea, no idea, no idea. The miracle worker keeps on working on you. One fine day you will understand that Om Gam means something relevant to the energy within you. The moment you connect to it, you are connected to everything. And He is the miracle worker. Swami is the miracle worker. We are all the Helen Kellers. We have no clue what this means. We have no idea. We are deaf, we are blind, and He is telling chant Vedas. We are saying no, 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 this doesn't mean anything. Why should we chant Vedas? This has no relevance to our life. If I lead a life of service, that's enough. He's saying no, no, you don't understand. Chant Rudram, chant Rudram. No, no, I don't want to chant Rudram. No, chant Rudram, chant Rudram. But we are saying this is irrelevant in America. This is irrelevant in the world. He's saying no, Kana. This is what you really need to learn. And one fine day you will connect. Namasomaja cha rudraja cha namastamraja cha. Once you learned what it means, you cannot give up on it. You will say, this is the only thing I want to learn. All the rest of it doesn't even matter. Because this is what it means to connect to the universe. You learned all the stuff before. Tvam Brahma, Tvam Vishnu, Tvam Rudra, Tvam Indra, everything that you learn, all of that is like you're deaf, you're blind, you cannot understand what it means. Swami said, you pray to me as Koti Surya Samaprabha, the one that has the effulgence of 10 million suns. You can't even see at one sun without wearing glasses. How can you see 10 million suns, huh? You will be burned right there and then. And for that God, the compassionate God, therefore comes in a form that is amenable for you to see, for you to understand what Vedas really mean is His life. Now you understand why you have to learn this stuff. Do we want to be Helen Kellers all our life? Exactly, because the world doesn't mean anything to us. The spiritual world, the Vedas, the scriptures do not mean anything to us because we are deaf, we are blind in spiritual world. And the God chooses to open up one small vignette. Why are you laughing? Are you guys playing or listening? Sairam? Is there a joke that you want to share? No? Okay. Sairam. So this is the point of learning Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Ganadin Purvamucharya. You have learnt about what Ganas mean with all the mantra that you chanted so far. Now what he is trying to explain is all of that what you have learnt before can be translated into 2 syllables. Gam. What does that mean? Huh? See, this is very complex for people to understand. If you are Einstein, you say E is equal to mc square. Does that mean anything? Hello? Does that mean anything? What does that mean?
Energy equals mass times the square times the speed of light.
Energy is equal to
Mass times the speed of light.
mass times the speed of light. How did you know that? Because Einstein just simply said it and proved it, right? Do you go reprove the whole thing?
No.
No, you just learn it through textbooks. Einstein said it. He's a great scientist. You have faith in Einstein, but there is an Einstein related to Ganapati Atharva Sirsham. He said everything that is said before can be equated to Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Who is the Einstein for Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha? Ganaka Rishi. There is a scientist called Ganaka. He is the Einstein for this mantra. Who is the Einstein for Gayatri mantra? No, under 15, only children. Who is the Einstein for Gayatri mantra? Just like E is equal to mc square, Gayatri mantra is another E is equal to mc square in spiritual world. Hello, you guys, children, listen to me carefully. All these mantras have scientists that invented these. They are not just mantras written by some guy who had nothing else to do early in the morning. Hello? You are all blissed out or what? I don't say either you are thinking or what's happening. Do you connect to what I am saying? Yeah? There is an Einstein for Sajishwaraja Vidmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. There is an Einstein for that mantra. Do you know who that Einstein is? No, you don't. Why? Because this doesn't matter, and nobody judges whether you passed or failed if you learned Gayatri mantra or not. But somebody judges you whether you pass or fail if you don't write down what exactly E is equal to mc square. But yet, does E is equal to mc square have any relevance to your life right now?
No.
Yes and no. Because Einstein has discovered this, people are able to understand how matter can be transformed into energy, and energy is related to the matter, and how it relates to living in the relative world. That's how it matters, correct? Hello? Is everybody, especially children, are you able to understand what I am saying, or is this like... Huh? Yes? You kind of understand, right? Who is the Einstein for Gayatri mantra? Who is the scientist that discovered Gayatri mantra? No? Now, somebody in the adults already said that. Who is that? Vishwamitra. Okay? Who is the Einstein for Sai Gayatri mantra? We are all chanting Sajishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi every time we come to the center. Have we ever understood how that mantra was seen by a great rishi that lived during our lifetime? Very interesting. What does it even mean? Sajishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. What does that even mean? This is the purpose of coming to the Sai Center. This is the purpose of having a satsang. Is to not only understand but understand. But yet we are coming to Sai Center only when we have time. Only when we have time when we come to Sai Center. Because this, if whether we learn or not, it doesn't matter, right? How does it matter? But this is the only thing that matters. The rest of the stuff you are learning matters only for this livelihood. You are going to know that by knowing which you will know everything. and that is called VEDA. To know that, by knowing which, you know everything. The scientist that discovered Sai Gayatri Mantra is Brahmashri Ghandikota Subramanya Shastri. He was a great Vedic scholar that lived with Swami all his lifetime. One Christmas Eve, he was sitting for darshan. He saw that an entire effulgence emanated from Swami, and it was spreading and spreading and spreading, and everybody sitting in that hall at that time were filled with this effulgence that was coming out of Swami. Swami said, Shastri Garu, come here. He called him onto the dais. He said, please tell everybody what you saw. What you saw. He literally had seen it with his eyes. Then he started explaining, Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. And he explained what he saw and how it relates to this mantra. Similarly, there was a scientist by name Ganaka, and he was sitting and meditating, and he was experiencing all this stuff. Gunatrayatitaha, Avasthatrayatitaha, Dehatraya, all of that. See, even if you imagine what Einstein had experienced, he experienced some phenomenon in his head. And that was about theory of energy and relativity. Right? Hello? Are you? I can see that you are all like looking dazed, like deer in red lights. Huh? Hello? Are you understanding what I am saying? Similarly, Einstein also had something in his head that he experienced, but he had to put it in a way others could understand. And in order for others to understand what he experienced, he has to derive an equation and explain to the rest of the physicists that energy and mass are related to a constant that is equivalent to the speed of light. Hello? Same thing here. Ganaka Rishi experienced something, and he had to translate to a simple equation called Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And how what he experienced translated to a mantra, this mantra is equal to what Ganaka Rishi experienced. And if you chant and chant and chant this mantra, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, at least 10 million times, and in your mind you will be able to see a form. And that form would look like as if it has a curvature to it. And that is the shape that you see as Ganapati. The energy that he has experienced came out as the symbol, and once this symbol is chanted 10 million times, every one of you would be able to see what he had experienced. Ganaka Rishi has experienced, right? That's what it is explained here. Now, yes, ma'am. Sai Gayatri Subramanya Shastri, G. Subramanya Shastri. Yeah, and it is written in there is a book called Sayitri by Dr. G.V. Subbarao, his son. He was leading the United Nations, and he was the one that actually started Flushing Meadows, New York Sathya Sai Center when he was with United Nations. He has written a book called Sayitri. You should read it. It is all in the web. You can read it on the internet. Now there are so many mantras like this that were invented by greatest of the greatest scientists that experienced the inner world. And Einstein and Copernicus, Newton, what did Newton discover? Wait, yeah, what? Gravity. Yes, what is gravity? Do you know what gravity is? You just said it. Huh? Yes?
Gravity is what was like people supposed to go down, like heavy things are going down, but like things that are not heavy
Yeah, if you know what gravity is, you will not walk off a cliff. If you don't know what gravity is, you can try walking off of a cliff, then you will know what gravity is. What will happen? Huh? You will fall down, yes?
Gravity is like air that pushes you down.
Air.
Air that pushes you.
It's magnetism, it's energy that attracts you towards the center of the earth. Yeah? Hello. Similarly, who discovered law of gravity? Newton, Sir Isaac Newton. How did he discover law of gravity? He jumped off the cliff, yeah, that's it. Exactly. How did he discover gravity? Hey, wait, that guy has to answer. How did he discover gravity? If he walked off a cliff and he fell down, he died, he could not have discovered anything, he would have died. Actually, law of gravity was discovered by an Indian scientist in Kerala. He was sitting under a coconut tree and a coconut fell, his head broke and he couldn't report any further. Okay? How did he discover law of gravity? Hey, Rajan, you don't know? You're kidding me. Yes? He was sitting under an apple tree and an apple fell on his head. He was happily eating the apple and saying, how did this apple fall? What made the apple fall? That's the difference between a great scientist and us. We would happily eat the apple and go away. But Newton started thinking, why did this apple fall? And that's how he discovered law of gravity. Now, because Newton discovered law of gravity, do you think the law of gravity applies only to United Kingdom?
No.
No. Law of gravity is everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yes? Yes. Exactly. Only Ganaka Rishi discovered Om Gam Ganapataya Namaha. You think what he discovered applies only to India?
No.
No, it applies to every human being. And if every human being it applies to. That's why Swami is saying these Vedic hymns are not related to India. They are not related to Hindus. These are greatest spiritual principles that apply to every single individual that is a human being. Now the point is, what's the point in chanting this? That's the next question people would ask. Why do I need to chant? I don't need to know how law of gravity applies. Yes, you do need to know how law of gravity applies. Otherwise what will happen? You walk off a cliff, you will?
Break your head.
Yeah. You are very engaged in the yeah. So similarly, there was a rishi called Ganaka Rishi. He was in deep contemplation and meditation. He experienced the universe. And then he said, what he experienced, how can he put it in a way others could relate to it? And then he started describing Ganadin Purvamucharya, Varnadin Stadanantaram, Anuswarak Parataraha. What it means is, Ga is the first syllable. Na, Varna, is the next one. And then there is Anuswara, Ardhendu. These are syllables that are related to the words, the letters. What Helen Keller has put together, he is now putting on our palm. What are the syllables that are coming together as a mantra? Mantra means, tra means the one that protects you. Man means as you chant and chant and chant. The one that comes in protection of you, the energy that protects you as you contemplate on it more and more. Not chumma chanting, but chanting, knowing what you are chanting. Then what happens? The mind and the intellect become focused together, and they now are much more closer to experiencing the energy of what you are chanting. Hello, Kuti, please sit properly. Is this boring? Yeah? How is it boring, Nitin? You are answering all the questions? Yeah. Okay. Let's chant all the Ganadin Purvamuchara. I'll explain the meaning as we go chant. Ganadin Purvamuchara, Ganadin Chant, please. गणपतये नमः। He said the letter Ga is the first form. Then after that is the Ga is the first syllable. The next one is the first letter, beyond which there is the Anuswara, Ardhendu, Tarena Ruddham. Then it is coming together with Om. Etattama Manuswarupam. So Gam is the form that I see as the syllable for your energy. Gakara Purva Rupam. G. Akaro Madhyama Rupam. Anuswara. It means together they become Ga. Now can you imagine each of these letters we take as if they have no relevance or energy. Every single letter has an energy associated with them. In fact, it is very difficult to separate. You cannot even think without the words. What came first, the word or the thought? It is impossible to decipher that. Impossible. Because you can't think without words. Can you think without language? You cannot think without language. And that's what Helen Keller actually wrote in her autobiography. She has no thoughts. Everything is like, a mess of everything. She couldn't understand what's happening. The moment the words came into her existence, then they started to mean something to her. Scientists are not able to decipher which comes first. The greatest of the neurologists today do not know how a human being even thinks. What comes first? The letters? Now what he is saying is, Etattava Manuswarupam. Now my mind has to focus on something. I experienced all this energy. Now I am focusing on, I am beginning to see some things come together. G, A, Ga, Gam. Anuswaraschantya Rupam. Bindu means Uttara Rupam. Now they are all together, but they all have to get the sound energy. Even if you just say G, A, there is sound that has to bring them all together. Nadasandhanam, Sagumhita Sandhihi. Everything has to come together in unison. Then it became Om Gam. See how beautiful this is. This is science, man. This is spiritual science. Now you may ask the question, if I say Om Gam, what happens? Om Gam, what happens? That's what he started asking the question. And he started chanting, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And then when he was doing this 10 million times or even more, you know how many times Tyagaraja chanted Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama in his lifetime? Can anybody guess? Today we are celebrating Sri Rama Navami. Yeah? Huh? 10 million. Any guess? Any other guess? Now you can guess.
11 million.
11 million, yeah. Keep going. Deal or no deal? Okay. Now, 40 million times Tyagaraja has chanted the Taraka Namam. Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama. Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama. Hi Harini. Hi. Listen. Okay. What do we get by saying Sri Rama? What does even the word Rama mean? Hello, today we are celebrating Sri Ramanavami. What does the word Rama mean? A very complex question. And right behind me is Sri Rama today. What does the word, now above 15, adults can answer. What does the word Rama mean? Sweetness. Ramayatiti Ramaha, but what is Ramayatiti? What does Rama mean? The one who attracts, like a magnet. How do we know that he attracts? In fact, the word Rama came from two beautiful mantras. Om Namo Narayanaya, the Ra. Om Namah Shivaya, the Ma. If you take Om Namo Narayanaya and take out the Ra, it becomes Om Namo Ayanaya. Because Ra take you out. Ayana means path. Om Namo Narayanaya, if you take out the path, the Ra, pathless, goalless. Narayanaya. Ramayana means Rama path. Narayana means Naras, human beings, path. So it is the one that gives you goal. Ra gives you the goal. Ma, Om Namah Shivaya. And if you take out the Ma, it becomes Om Nashivaya. Means no positivity. Everything is negative. Ma gives you the positive energy. And it is the fire element. So you cannot go on a path without light. Ra gives you the path, Ma gives you the light. So now you have a path that is lighted. Let us all march towards light. When you say Rama, you start marching towards the light of divinity, from a humanity to the divinity. That is the reason why you chant Rama. You are already on the path of God. We are marching in the light of God. When you say Rama, you are marching in the light of God. You understand? That is the purpose of saying Rama. If you say Om Gam, you will be experiencing the divinity all around you. And now I can go on and on. I know you all have a big program to come. Let us all chant until this Ganadin Purvamucharya, and we'll continue the class next week. Okay. Ganadin
Purvamucharya Varnadin Sadanantaram Anuswara Parakarama Adendulasitam Tarena Vruddham Ekatvamanuswarupam
Gakara Purvarupam Akaro Madhyamarupam Anuswaraschancharupam Binduruttara-rupam Nālasandhānam Sagumhita-sandhihi Saisha Ganesha Vidya Rishihi Nityut-gayatri Chandaha Ganapatir-devata Om Ram Ganapataye Namaha. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Sarva Prachodayate. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Om